Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you my review of the MediaPad M5. This tablet has been surprising me since the moment I unboxed it for you guys last week. The link for that will be in the description. But it offers so much and it asks so little. It's definitely a very good bang for the buck type of a tablet because not only is it meant for media consumption, it actually does it very well for a long time. This is TK. Let's go ahead and check out the MediaPad M5 from Huawei. Now, again, as I mentioned to you guys in the introduction, for an unboxing and what comes in the box and all of that, that's going to be in the description below. But overall, as far as specifications, we are looking at a 10.8-inch display on a MediaPad and kind of in the middle road of the three different options that we have. We have the M5 8.9-inch, which essentially is just an 8.9-inch version of this tablet with two speakers, not four. And then there's the MediaPad M5 Pro, which essentially is this tablet with the keyboard stand as well as the Smart Pen or the M Pen that they have. Unfortunately, I don't have the Pro. I do have the M5, which essentially is exactly the same hardware. So internally, you're looking at the same exact specifications. We are looking at a 10.8 2K display. So the resolution on this is going to be 2560 by 1600. And that's one of the things that you're going to be really appreciating about this device. And before we go too far, I wanted to share with you guys here in the back, what we have essentially is 4 speakers, and they are Harman Kardon tuned speakers. So the quality of the audio that you're going to be getting on this is going to be ridiculous. And of course, the cameras that we have on here is there's a 13 megapixel sensor in the back at f2.2 with autofocus, and it is capable of recording up to 4K. On the left side we have here is the volume rocker, the power button. This is not a SIM card. This is going to be the expandable storage that you can expand up to 4 terabyte if I'm not mistaken. We have USB Type-C connection here for data charging, as well as the 3.5mm headphone jack adapter. There is no option there. And then at the bottom here we do have these little pogo pins. This is going to be interfacing to the dock or the keyboard that usually comes with the Pro. Very nice, beautiful 2K display. The resolution again, very, very nice. And what we are getting here is really good, very thin bezels. The glass on the actual unit itself is 2.5D glass. And what that means here is that you're getting a really smooth edge, and the glass itself is really good for protection. We do have an 8 megapixel front-facing sensor that we're able to do video from as well. We have 64 gigs of internal storage, 4 gigabytes of RAM, as well as the fact that we're running the Kirin 960S. This is a slightly updated version from last year's Kirin 960 processor that Huawei puts in most of their devices, as well as Honor actually. And what we're getting here is going to be a very, very smooth experience. There is gaming here. This is going to be great. They do also include a kid corner, which enables you to turn on a kid mode that allows you to be able to actually use this for your kids, basically giving them access only to a certain number of apps. Now, as far as one thing I want to make sure that you guys are aware of, I've had some people ask me on my unboxing, can this and will this actually play 1080p, or basically can you play 1080p video on Netflix, which a lot of people do question that. So one of the main things you're going to see here, this is Drm Info, and you notice here version is 1.0. So that means when I go into Netflix, and let's go ahead and go into Netflix real quick and I'll pull up a show, I am going to be able to stream that show at 1080p. So we are going to be able to get that HD option. So let's go ahead, Netflix, the toy that made it. You'll notice right there, we do get the HD logo. So no issues there. And if you don't have this on the tablet, let's say you do pick up the tablet and you're questioning why you're not getting that HD, there was an update that was pushed about 4 or 5 days ago that allows you to get that. I do have Amazon installed. I've been watching Prime Video as well, and it works very, very nice. And it also does support all the content that you want to be able to use. Now, I do recommend you, and this is just again my recommendation, if you're going to pick this up and you don't get the Pro version, to pick up an actual case for it. So I picked this up, and I'll make sure to give you guys a link in the description below for that. And this actual case works very nice. It has magnetic clamps, so when I close it, it closes it very good. And it does also have the ability of doing the stand position, so I can actually put the tablet in a stand position like this, and it'll be basically a tablet mode anywhere I want. And of course, when I'm done, I can actually close it and it works perfectly fine. It does have openings on the bottom and on the top for the 4 speakers that we get, and I'm going to give you guys a quick sample of audio playback on this. But before we go too far, I want to show a real quick comparison between this and the iPad Pro 9.5. Now, when comparing the iPad 9.5, the resolution that we're getting here again is still a higher resolution here. We have a 2K display, higher resolution than we get with the Retina display here. The audio on this tablet, again, is a stereo tablet, so we're going to be able to do a quick audio comparison between the two. But what I want to mention to you guys is just the experience, the overall experience. The iPad Pro is a great tablet, but it sells for a lot more than $350 in what you're getting here with the Huawei MediaPad M5. This offers you all the same benefits that you're getting here. I mean, look how fast the fingerprint sensor works on this. I mean, unlocking, unlocking, locking, unlocking. And of course, the iPad works the exact same way. I feel like it's a little bit faster here, as this is not a button, where this one is a button, so I do actually have to press it. And once I press it, close this, and when I actually put my finger on it, unlock, it does take me home. Very good experience. As far as the actual sensors on this, the back sensor here is a 13 megapixel to, I think if I'm not mistaken, a 12, and we have an 8 in the front as opposed to the 5. Again, a little bit of a comparison there. We have 64 gigs of internal storage with an expandable SD card. We don't have any expandable storage, so you have to buy the 256 gigs version of this if you want to have extra storage. Otherwise, you're stuck with whatever comes in. And they do come with, I think, 64, 128, and 256. Just want to share with you guys the exact how sound quality is on these things, and that they're very similar. Now, already you can hear it, it sounds very good, and it actually has pretty good tones as far as bass and so on. So let's go ahead and switch over to the MediaPad. Now, again, what I'm trying to explain to you guys is just how well this sounds with the tuning that you have here with the Harman Kardon tuning that we have. So I'm gonna go volume all the way to the highest level. Again, same thing, I'm matching both, and I'm gonna be playing the song at different portions so we can hear some of the music.
Jack it up.
Overall, both sound very good. I do technically feel like this one sounds a little bit better, but you can tell me in the description below if you feel like the MediaPad M5 did better or the same as the iPad Pro. But overall, again, experience of what you're getting here, you're getting the ecosystem on Android, the Google Play Store, as well as the fact that you're able to basically customize this using different launchers, different things, different experiences, what you're getting there. Where with the iPad, you're pretty much stuck to iTunes and what they are offering you in as far as the applications there. Although it's a great ecosystem, I do feel like Android does offer us a little bit more as far as customization. The main claim to fame that we had from Huawei was a really long battery life as far as playback. It advertised almost 11 hours of video playback. Now, they do put a little bit of asterisk at the bottom saying it needs to be at 1080p at 40% screen brightness, and that's how they were able to get 11 hours straight of video playback. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind. I did not have those experiences because I don't have a way of basically keeping it there. I just played videos either on YouTube, directly from Netflix, or even with Amazon Video, and this is how it's been. I had almost 3 days and 20 hours worth of usage out of a full charge battery on this, which, by the way, it goes from 0 to 100% in 3 hours with the quick charging tab that we have, brick that we get this. So not only you're getting really good battery, but you're also getting it at a very fast pace. You can recharge it pretty quickly. And I was able to actually get pretty good, decent usage. So when I got into the screen time, I was able to get the 7 hours and 11 minutes. Again, with about roughly 2 hours and 20 minutes left on this, and I had about 5%. Really beautiful, very nice quality images. Of course, we still have picture-in-picture. This is part of Android Oreo. We do still have as well the ability of actually going into split screen. So let's go ahead and open up here, YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up into split. Let's go ahead and open up Amazon Shopping. And again, you can resize it, click it, and of course, switch the application between the two, or you can even close it and it'll open up one, and then you can go home. We have gesture control as far as the ability to be able to navigate, as well as buttons. Now, I do want to say a lot of people did comment on the fact on the placement here with the volume rocker and the power button and the fingerprint sensor. When you're using the tablet in most configuration, which essentially is going to be in landscape like this, I feel like the fingerprint sensor being on the right side is very natural. So when I'm unlocking my tablet, I want to be able to use it this way. I have my navigation here sitting in if I want to use it this way, and it also works very well if you want to add it. Now, you can turn it over and then UI will exchange it, and at that point, the fingerprint sensor is more in a natural position. Now, gameplay on this is going to be super easy, super fun. Again, the 960 is a pretty strong chipset with 4 gigs of RAM and again, 64 gigs of internal storage. You really can't go wrong. After using it for a week daily, and again, I've depleted the battery twice and I'm able to basically get a good experience of how the battery life is going to be. Getting 7 hours and 11 minutes of screen on time with video, I think it's definitely appreciated. I think reaching the 11 hours, it's possible if I reduce the brightness and lower the volume or even use headphones, as those things will use more power. You are able to stretch it. Speaking of headphones, I know a lot of you guys commented, a tablet that doesn't have a headphone jack, what does that make sense or whatever? Well, okay, I'm gonna answer that by saying this. Not once in the week that I've had it did I ever want to actually put it in headphones. This is something that you want to be aware of. This thing produces such a great amount of sound, just good quality sound, that you actually want to watch it like a TV almost. So I've had it actually propped in again with the case that I shared with you guys, and that's what really the best way to experience it. Using it with headphones will work, just use the adapter. And my recommendation would be basically just keep the adapter on your headphones, and then whenever you're using them, plug it into. Most devices now are unfortunately switching away from the 3.5mm headphone jack. So great tablet, great display, 2K display, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of internal storage, expandable up to 4 terabytes, and you are able to get the best experience on a tablet. And in my experience, it's way better than that 9.5-inch tablet as far as the iPad, hands down. The Pro definitely does offer more, and if I am able to get the additional accessories for that, I will do a revamp video for you guys here. But other than that, thank you very much to Huawei for allowing me to check out this tablet. A lot of great features, quick charge, a whole bunch of things, even capability of taking 4K video if you want to use it to take that at a very reasonable $350 price off of Amazon. Link in the description as usual. Thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe as usual. Again, I couldn't have been here without you guys. Thank you for all these years of support. I'll see you guys in the next video.